evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we will be reviewing the Sigma 18 to 35mm f-stop 1.8 lens. Tonight we'll be taking into consideration a couple of factors that will help you decide whether this lens is right for you. Now this lens takes beautiful photography. I don't care about that. There's already a bunch of reviews out there regarding this lens as far as the application of photography. We don't need to do that again. The review of this lens is in the video application as far as action, sports, and other things and the like. If you've seen some of my other videos, you'll notice that I do a lot of indoor video stuff, especially for the trampoline stuff. And lighting is just horrible. You'll notice it's pretty dark right now, correct? Well, let's fix that. A lot brighter, right? That's because what you currently are experiencing is a wide open f-stop aperture value of 1.7. That's right. This is like the most magical reason why I love this lens. I do a lot of indoor shooting, so this is just spectacular. It's phenomenal. It's ninja. So what we're gonna do is go over a couple of those factors we talked about earlier and decide whether this camera lens is right for you. Now the first factor that we'll be concerning ourselves with is, wait. Hey! Killing my shot, bro. So you're looking at about 30 ounces on the end of your camera, depending on what camera you have. I'm currently shooting with a Canon T2i. It's a bit of weight on the end of the camera, especially if you're doing handheld. I personally constructed a DSLR cage and it's no big deal. But if you're a little weak and you don't have muscles, then maybe you should worry. Factor number 2, price point. Can you afford it? Currently, this lens is retailing at a price of $799. Is it even worth it to you? Well, there's other factors that we have to consider. Is that chump change to you? If it is, then why the hell not? Heck, you've got the money to spend, why not just buy it? But also, are you planning on upgrading to a full frame camera? If you're trying to upgrade, then don't do it. This lens is meant for crop sensor cameras. So if you're gonna upgrade it, it's a total waste of money. Other factors to consider. Where do you shoot? Do you shoot indoors? Do you shoot outdoors? How often do you need more lighting? Do you have the sufficient lighting? Are you on a studio? I don't think so. Does it have image stabilization? No, it doesn't. But that doesn't matter because it's a wide angle lens and you don't really need that image stabilization, especially if it's sitting on a tripod like it is now, or if it's in that DSLR cage. Now, if you're a lot like me and you're just a hobbyist that's trying to get a little bit of a better image, really make a smart decision about that and spending that money. It's a lot like a serious commitment. It's a lot like having a girlfriend. Some other factors, which we're not going to number anymore, are faults. Some common ones are, when you zoom through this lens, there is a little bit of loss of focus. And we'll show you an example of that right now. So the focus peaking right now is on that motorcycle. And as we zoom all the way to 35mm, you see it gets a little fuzzy. But it's so small, unless you're a pixel peeper, it doesn't matter. Also, there's a very slight amount of barrel distortion, and that happens when you have zoom lenses. All the elements inside that lens kind of mess up your image. Well, it's the same thing. For you pixel peepers out there, you're not gonna like it, but I could care less. Also, there's a slight bit of vignetting. I like vignetting. It looks cool. So depending on what kind of person you are, you may like that or you may not. So one last thing. The lens is super smooth on those focus rings. It moves and glides like butter. This is great, especially for video reasons, if you're trying to get those nice smooth glides. So now, you know what I think about this lens. And as we come to a close, I must say, if you feel like you're going to be shooting a lot in low light situations, and you're going to be doing a lot of video work in areas where you don't have adequate light sources, then go ahead and pick up this lens. That, of course, means you're going to be spending a pretty penny, and it did hurt my wallet. Oh, and real quick before I go, this is for the D-bag out there that reviewed this lens. You know, he did an alright job, but he says that these flower petal type lens hoods don't stay on the camera. It doesn't click into place. I don't know what I'm doing. Check this out, okay? Right there, listen. Ooh, you hear that click? It means it's in place, it's sturdy. Basically, it works, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's the review, gentlemen and ladies. I hope you liked it. Now, I will leave you with a couple of videos that I have taken